ॐ रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे ये रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धरा। Bharata used every trick in the rule book to convince Rama to come back. Their conversation went for days. Every time Bharata forwarded an argument, Rama would give an effective counter. Bharata begins his arguments by pointing that Dasharatha ordered Rama to go to exile under the spell of Kaikeyi, and therefore it was not his independent decision. Even in today's law, proving a person insane can be a reason good enough to invalidate his deeds. Therefore, whatever Dasharatha said, Bharata claims, is invalid. His second argument was that he is not capable enough like Rama to be the king. And if Rama insists that why he can't rule the kingdom with the help of ministers, he says it is something which is not preferable. Therefore, he insists that Rama should come back and take over the kingdom. Rama's next argument was that he is now a sinner for no mistake of his. Since Kaikeyi's actions ended Dasharatha's life and made the life of Rama miserable, he has incurred this sin. So Bharata prays to Rama that he should come back and release Bharata from his sins. Bharata also says that since Dasharatha banished innocent Rama to forest, he too has become a sinner. Since his father did the mistake unknowingly, it is the duty of Rama, being his son, to rescue the soul of Dasharatha from this sin. For being main reason for this act, even Kaikeyi has incurred the sin, and Rama has the responsibility to rescue her from this, she being his mother. If Rama does not come back and rescue Dasharatha, Kaikeyi and Bharata from their sins, in turn Rama will be the sinner for not saving his father, mother and brother, even though he was capable of doing so. So Bharata says Rama should come back and save them from their sins and avoid being a sinner himself. Rama next says that if Rama feels that Bharata is the owner of the crown, Bharata is very well within his rights to give it to anyone he wants. So Bharata says, since now he is the owner of the crown, he will offer it back to Rama. Bharata adds that even Kaikeyi has agreed to this. When all of this didn't work, Bharata invokes the rule of Ashrama Dharma and says, since Rama is a Kshatriya and is married, he is not eligible for Vanavasa Dharma now. Being king is his duty, and if he does not take the responsibility, he will be failing his dharma. Bharata further adds that it is more tough being king than wandering in forest in the name of following father's words. In a way, Bharata is accusing Rama of taking a shortcut instead of taking the larger responsibility of being the king. When finally Rama does not agree to any of these arguments, Bharata says, in that case, he too will follow his elder brother and stay in forest. Say Jabali tries to convince Rama through materialistic philosophy of Charvaka. This school primarily emphasizes on physical comforts, disregarding the existence of any higher principles in life. Jabali claims that since everything is finished once a man dies, why should Rama take the trouble to follow his father's word, who is long dead? It is better for Rama to come back and enjoy the comforts of palace, which is anyway reserved for him. Later, Vasistha, the guru of Rama, argues that Rama should come back since it's imperative that eldest son should be the king in their dynasty. He further adds that he is the guru not only to Rama but also to his father. He can command Rama to come back. Vasistha also says that since people at large want him to return, it will not be wrong for him to do so. And everyone, his mothers, including Kaikeyi, since they are praying for his return, Rama is duty bound to follow their orders. Rama rejects all these arguments, and then Bharata decides to go on to fast unto death till Rama agrees to come back. He also tells the general public who accompanied him to convince Rama. But after listening to this entire argument between Bharata and Rama, the people were convinced that whatever decision Rama has taken, that is to stay back in exile, is the right decision. They tell Bharata that they are incapable of convincing Rama. Bharata then tries to exchange the duties, saying that instead of Rama, he will stay in exile for 14 years and Rama can go back to Ayodhya and be the king. That way, he says, the orders of Dasharatha will be followed and he can be the king and follow his duty. Rama does not agree to any of these arguments. His single line argument was that he is doing all this because his father ordered him to do so. He also says that if at this stage he agrees to come back, he will prove his father wrong, and that is something he does not want to do. Rama's single-minded focus on dharma and his insistence that he will obey the words of his father come what may, won over everyone. That his single-line argument could withstand and convince people, family, sages, and even his learned guru is the testimony of the fact that it is dharma which is superior to everything in this world. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु।